because actually we have a dude with the White Sox right now joining us on FT Live. It's Charlotte's Web Player Access, sponsored by Recreate, connecting us with our dude, Lance Lynn. What's going on, Lance? How's life right now? Give us the play-by-play.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a little hectic. We might be packing, so that's where we're at.
Hey, time out. Where are you going, kid? You're leaving already?
I don't know where I'm going. I just heard that I might be going, so we're getting ahead of it. Just so when you have 4 kids, you gotta kind of stay ahead of things and be prepared.
Like as in packing today? Are you getting like minute by minute updates? Like it might go down today, because we were getting these rumors flying around yesterday. We were like, is he going to make his start? Did you know if you were going to make your start?
At all times yesterday, I was making my start, but there were moments where I was like, man, am I about to get tapped on the shoulder saying, hey, somebody else just got it tonight? That was a lot of that going around. So it's part of the business this time of year, especially when you underperform as a team. Unfortunately, guys, friends, and teammates get sent off to other places, and we saw that last night after the game with Lopi and Gio.
Is this kind of like an exciting time for you? I feel like around this time when basically you're going to get traded, like there's something, you get a little renowned energy a little bit. You're talking to the family like, I might go here, might go there. It's got to be a little exciting for you.
Yeah, I mean, you start looking at the teams that are interested. You're like, man, I'm going to have a chance to make a run at something this year. Obviously, it hadn't been the best of years for me personally and or the team here in Chicago. But when you got a chance to kind of regroup, take a deep breath, and make a run at a championship, definitely gives you a little pep in your step.
What does the house look like when you're packing up 4 kids, possibly not knowing exactly where you're going? What does it look like?
I mean, we got boxes of toys that are going in the car getting shipped. We got boxes of toys that are getting shipped home. We've got, how it is. It's like, what's the most important thing, and make sure you bring it, because if you don't have it, then someone's gonna go crazy when they're looking for the baby that you left behind or something like that. So we make sure we got wraps on the things that we really need and our go-tos, and those are what's coming with us.
And are they taking the trip with you? Are they all going with you, or is it like, it depends. If you go to Tampa, we're not big, we're not big in the sun kind of thing.
Yeah, you know how it is. You know how the families are like, this place would be nicer than the next place. So, you kind of have an idea where, what each stop's been. Heck, I played at every stadium, so I know all the cities and stuff like that. I think the big things get to be making sure you can get a house that, everybody can be comfortable within first before everybody comes. But the idea is to make sure everybody goes, everybody gets to experience it, because you don't know how long you're going to do this thing.
Okay, Lance, take us through the list portion of this. So the teams are out there: Tampa Bay, Angels, Blue Jays, Cardinals, Dodgers, Giants, Mariners, Mets, Padres, Yankees on your 10-team no-trade list. How does that get assembled? And then how do the conversations go about if you would say yes or no to particular teams? Like, I want a car, I want better, I want a suite, I want the whole deal. If you're bringing me over, right? Like, that's your right in your contract.
Yeah, I think the original list, there was no really rhyme or reason for it. We were just going over teams, and you kind of have an idea. You're not going to get traded to any of the central teams, just because of interdivision trades are usually not happening, so you don't have to worry about stuff like that. There's teams that are probably not going to be out of it. So the original thought was picking teams that I thought had a good chance of being in things, and things like that, so you could have a little bit of maybe say, hey, what's that option look like? What's another year look like? Stuff like that, just so you can have those conversations, to see what they think about you, where they're headed, stuff like that, before you a place to go. But you're in a boat now where you just want a chance to win down the stretch here, and you'll worry about next year. So, there's been no personal or no calls to me asking me if I would lift my no trade to any certain team. So everything with me is, if the team's got a chance to win, give me a call and we'll talk about it.
What's going on, Lance? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
All right, man. I know why you had the Yanks on the list. You got the beard going. It's looking nice. I understand that. But with all the uncertainty, man, I hate to put you on the spot. Is there one team that you would like to go to, knowing that basically you're going to get traded? One of your favorites.
To be
I hate
honest
to
with
put
you,
you
I've
on the
got
spot.
4 teams, and they're all supposedly in on me. So I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the 4 that are in on me right now. So for me personally, I think I'm in a in a good spot to where I might land. I think the of the teams that are interested, every one of them are in first place. So there's some people out there that still think I can get it done. I know I can get it done. I'm just looking forward to a chance to make a run and have a little different perspective here down the stretch.
Nice.
Okay, what are the 4 teams? Need them.
What did they say in yesterday? The Rays,
Yep.
the Dodgers came out, Rangers came out, and then who was the 4th team last night? Crap. There's been what's the 4th team?
The Brewers.
I've not
No.
heard the Brewers one time.
Toronto.
But
I mean, is it a team that was on the list? Like, is it a Toronto or?
no, there's no team on the list, so that's why I didn't really pop in my head, because there's one that I had no choice to go to, even if they pulled the trigger. It's, hey, here you go, enjoy your flight.
Well, I mean, and almost every team needs pitching. I'm trying to think of who else. Philadelphia.
You guys getting on a PJ so you get there quick and everybody gets there at the same time, depending on where it's at?
Oh yeah, my girls love to fly private. They don't like commercial at all. And to be honest with you, we love to fly private too, so they don't have to worry about commercial. We might get ourselves kicked off a commercial flight with my kids.
Epic. Hey, all right. So right now you're waiting, but Lucas and Reynaldo are the first two to go. So that goes down yesterday. Take us through, what you saw from those two when it happened, and also, do you have one of these where there's this like package deal? Must be in Lucas's contract where he gets dealt wherever Reynaldo gets dealt, because that Adam Eaton deal from years back, they both went in the same trade there too.
Yeah, so it was kind of a weird way it went down last night. It was after the game. Lopi gets called in first. I think Gio's showering or eating or something, and everyone tells him congrats, good luck, all best of all that stuff. And then Lucas comes and gives him a hug. He's like, "Man, we've always been teammates. I'm gonna miss you." And then they tap Lucas on the shoulder, and I was like, "You guys aren't done yet." It looks like. So it was kind of a weird little moment for him, because he thought Lopi was gone. He's like, "Man, we've always been teammates in same organization. Who knows? I'm going to miss you." And then next thing you know, they're going together. So we just told him, "Hey, you guys are going to be best friends for life. So you might as well just get used to it." But yeah, I mean, obviously, whenever someone gets traded, you say your goodbyes. It's never a good feeling, because you know how it is. If you're getting traded and guys are going places, you underperformed. There's really no other way to put it. And you wish everybody the best and all that. But as of right now, we underperformed as a team, and we're getting dismantled because of that.
Were you surprised the Angels, though, were the team that they're going to? Because everyone's talking about Ohtani. Are they going to move him? Hey, I don't know what the percentage chance is for the White Sox, obviously, at this point. Obviously, it was pretty much close to zero based on how the team's done for postseason. The Angels' percentage chance to make the playoffs is still very low. So they pick up 2 dudes that are your teammates. And I would think maybe they were surprised, unless they heard otherwise, that was the team they were moving to.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you that no one saw that place coming. To be honest, you hear a lot of rumors about other places with Gio. He was pretty much connected to every team looking for a starter, is what it sounded like. And then you hear the Angels, once they say we're bringing Ohtani back, they seem to be going for it, which you respect, because you'd love to see Mike Trout and Ohtani in the postseason somewhere, and that'd be good for baseball. So hopefully they can have a run and do their thing, and I hope the best for, especially for Lucas and Lopi, and get a chance to go show what they're about in another organization before they hit free agency.
Hey, Lance, for the White Sox, do you feel like the team did enough during the winning window? Because some fans are pissed where it's like it felt like it was coming for a little bit, right? And you had the postseason appearance where they didn't go as far as they wanted, but kind of felt like this team could take off for a couple years, and now it's back on the downturn. When guys are chit-chatting about how kind of this is the end and they're breaking up the band, do you feel like there was enough? Brzezinski's not here, your boy, but he would definitely say, he's like, they've never gotten a player for $100 million contract. Like when you're in, you got to go in, baby.
Yeah. I mean, you understand that, especially as a fan. Hey, if you're supposedly going for it, let's go all in. But I think in the ownership's mind and all that, they have gone for it. You're looking at what our salary this year is the highest it's ever been in franchise history. So you can't sit here and say that they haven't gone for it. It's just things haven't worked out. To be honest with you, we had some health issues. That's part of the game, but there was issues with we just didn't come together as a team and we underperformed. There's really no other way to say it. And you can point fingers at whoever you want, but sometimes 26 guys just don't come together and make a good team, and we weren't able to do that for some reason.
You have an option for next year of 18 million. Does this no trade, or you getting traded? Do they come to you and say, "Hey, if we trade you here, would you be willing to pick up my option?" Or is that a discussion that you've never been through, or you don't know how that works?
Yeah, so I think the big thing is with the teams that I put on it, there was you knew that there were teams that were most likely going to win, and they're going to win for a long time. So if there was the waiving of the no trade, you can maybe say, hey, what's that look like about picking up my option or adding another year and stuff like that. But right now, where I'm at right now, I just need to go have a strong end of the season, no matter where I'm at, and just show everybody that I want to win and I want to have a chance to play for a championship this year, and all that other stuff will take care of itself now.
I want to talk about Tim Anderson a little bit. He's been smacking the ball around lately, doing pretty well. It seems like he might be destined to leave too as well. What are the talks about him? Has he been chatting a little bit? Is he getting giddy in there a little bit or no?
To be honest with you, I think you're starting to see Tim fully get healthy after his little knee issue happened earlier this year. People don't realize, you get to, how it is. Don't have your legs under you at the plate. There's no good. So he was trying to generate power because he knew he didn't have his legs, and then he got out of it, got out of what he does best. And you're starting to see that his legs feel good. He's starting to hit the ball the other way again. He's been able to stay back and make good contact. Where early on he was just trying to force things because he didn't have his legs under him. But Tim's a good ball player, and he can do a lot of great things on the field. And I know he wants to win too, and this has been eating at him all year. I don't know what's going to happen with him. You haven't really heard much, but I know that he wants to win, and wherever he plays, he's going to give everything he's got every day, no matter what's going on. And he's starting to get healthy. So when he's healthy and doing the things that he can do, man, he's a really dynamic player.
When you get to your new team and you get into the clubhouse, what's the first thing you do? You're meeting 15 new people. You're meeting the assistant club. What's the first thing you're doing? Are you killing spread right out of the gate, or are you?
No, you got to wait for the spread. But the first thing you do, obviously, you walk in the manager and tell him, hey, I'm ready to rock. Just tell me what you need me to do, and let's go do it. And then most likely, how it is when you get older in this game, you probably know half the clubhouse somehow, some way. So there's going to be some guys that you got to catch up with and stuff like that. And then you meet your new teammates, and then figure out when you're going to strap it on and go pitch that day. And that's where it's at. And then naturally you got to get with the catchers and be like, hey, here's what I like to do. What do you like to do? Pitching coaches and all that. And what do you guys got for me on how we want to go about working together here?
And then you kill spread.
Yeah, and then you kill spread.
And then, kill spread, then maybe have a drink and get to know people.
Yeah. And Kratzy, this was important that I learned from Kratz the other day. Spread with shirt on. Like all the guys on this show, they saw Sal Frelick, the rookie on the Brewers. It was before he got to the bigs, in fairness. He was the big shot in the minors.
Lance can do it, though. He could do it without a shirt on.
Do you eat in the clubhouse with no shirt on?
No, I like to be fully clothed when I eat. I struggle with guys with no shirts or with other things in the spread. I don't want to say it on here. I like to wear pants and a shirt while eating.
You don't want things hanging around.
Lance would have got on him for that for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. Just like you guys all said
no doubt,
right?
No doubt.
I'm with you. All right. So we got a couple fan questions. One from Drew here. What's your favorite memory on the White Sox? And what would be your message to fans about your time here?
Man, to be honest with you, the fans here were awesome to me. The South Side of Chicago, they have pride. They're not afraid to tell you how they think and what they expect from you. So I respect that. I've always been a truth teller. I've always expected people to tell me the truth and do what they're asking. Unfortunately, me personally, haven't had the best year that I wanted, but I had some good times here. The fans were awesome. They let me be me and they supported me, and I respect them for that. And I wish them all the best. And obviously, when you make the playoffs, that's always the best times. But we obviously didn't make the run that we wanted to that year either.
And then you have multiple fans asking for, a look beyond the numbers. Do you think there was anything like from a chemistry perspective, fans want to know that like prevented the team from doing what they're doing? And it just felt like the talent wasn't getting the job done. Obviously, you're not going to go on there and be like, yeah, everyone hates each other. And that's why we didn't perform up to expectations. Fans always want to know that stuff, like what's going on in the clubhouse. And obviously it's harder for everyone to be smiling when the team's not winning as much as they feel like they should.
Yeah, I mean, you look at whenever you're on a team that's underperforming, nobody's happy. Nobody's excited about losing games and stuff like that. So, in all honesty, everybody got along well. There was just one of those things where on the field, for some reason, we just couldn't ever. We haven't been able to find a rhythm, especially the last year and a half. That first year, we had a lot of positives, a lot of winning, and all that. So, when you're winning, you're able to build off of it and come together and all that. When you're losing, it's like everyone kind of feels like they're on their own island because it's like, man, is it my fault we lost today, or is it like how can I do better myself? And then you're just unable to kind of get out of your own head sometimes. But man, when it's all said and done, I've had some of my lifelong friends in this clubhouse. And you know how it is. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. You're going to create those relationships, and there's guys that you're going to contact forever and be in touch with. It's just for some reason health, just the way that everything worked, nothing got on a rhythm, and you just sometimes you just can't explain it. There's really no other way to do it, and we weren't able to do that for whatever it may be.
Hey, are the Reds on your no trade clause?
No, the Reds aren't on my no trade. You know that.
No.
I grew up
Yeah.
in Indianapolis. I'll play for the Red Machine.
I think that
You
would
think
be
that's the fourth team?
I think that's a fourth team.
No, is it the Reds
You
or
do?
the Orioles?
I think the Reds would be a super fit for you, dude.
I've got some. I mean, their manager was my bench coach in St. Louis, so I've got some
Mhm.
ties there. That's for sure. So, heck, I think their bullpen coach I played college baseball with. So,
You would
there's
fit right
definitely.
in with those boys. You and
I'm
Votto
getting
going to
I'm getting
dinner
old,
every
man. I
night.
know everybody though.
You and Votto going to dinner every night, especially after the interview we had the other day. You guys would be perfect for each other.
I don't, man. Him and I might be a weird little fit. We're both way
It
dry
would
with
be.
a
I
sense of
know it
humor.
would be,
We
bro.
we might be like the Batch Brothers, or we might just kind of just get after each other. Who knows?
It would a little bit of both. That's why it would be a perfect fit.
Hey, Lance, how's Dylan Cease doing? Because I feel like most of the dudes that we're talking about, like there's a lot of guys that are either going to be free agents or close to it, right? For the White Sox that are most likely going to get dealt still here. Like I know Joe Kelly just came back, and obviously we've talked about you and the two dudes that went yesterday, maybe like a Andrews, Grandal. Dylan Cease is interesting because he was so freaking good last year. He's had his ups and downs. We've certainly seen some of those starts where he's great. It's almost been, I mean, I don't want to put it right in the same light here, but like Corbin Burns, where he's had his ups and downs too, but the talent's there. And if he's on a contender, he could win you a World Series. Where do you think he's at this year from what you've seen? And is he kind of checking, his phone a little more right now too?
Yeah, no, I think obviously you don't know what's going to happen, but he's in a spot where he's young, cheap, and controllable. So I don't think he's going anywhere, especially if they plan on making a run at it again next year. But all in all, you look at a guy who's my first year in 21, he really learned to start coming in his own, and then last year started dominating, had a lot of success, and then you're looking at the league kind of making an adjustment to him, and he's making that adjustment back, and that's part of the pitching prospect or the pitching process throughout the years. You got to figure out how to be successful here, and then you got to figure out how to make the adjustment once they figure you out, and then after that it's about execution. So I think with all of us this year, he's had at some times where he didn't execute the way he wanted to, or some things weren't falling his way. But all in all, man, the guy's still got great stuff. He's not having a terrible year, and he's really, especially as of late, throwing the ball well. He just almost I can't buy a win. It seems like, and that's part of the problem sometimes when you get in these stretches when the whole team's kind of not doing up to their capability. Everybody kind of seems to be in a funk at the same time. It's just a weird way to go about things sometimes.
Lance, last one from us. What do you think of the Cardinals clubhouse right now and what they're going through? Because a lot of those guys, and they came out and said, just like the White Sox, like, it's not our year. We're trading dudes away. They have a lot of free agents. I mean, they could trade away like 5 to 7 players over the next 5 days. And also another team. They were supposed to be really good. They were picked by most to be the division winners, and it just didn't work out for them. And it's not like it was like an overabundance of injuries. And I know your boy Wayno, who you like to give shit to, it sucks for him. I almost wish that like he could get dealt and see how he does the rest of the season, because like this is it for him. He announced he's retiring.
Yeah, I think that the reason why he came back is he wants those 200 wins in a Cardinal uniform. So you just wish down the stretch that he gets healthy enough where he has that opportunity. And there comes a time in every organization where sometimes it just doesn't work. You're looking at the Cardinals where they have the talent. They have some young guys that are controllable. They've got guys that are coming up free agency. They've got a chance to regroup and it's not even a rebuild. It's like, all right, we're gonna get rid of some of these guys, add some depth throughout the minor leagues, and then see what the offseason looks like for us, so we can just retool and get back at it. Sometimes that happens in this game. You see the Yankees did that years ago when they got rid of Chapman and everybody like that, and then next thing you know, they were right back at it the next year. So I could see that out of the Cardinals, especially if you keep Goldschmidt and Arenado, and then you add some pitching around what they got and do some things like that, they're going to be right back in the mix next year in the Central.
All right, the PJ is a flex because the family likes it. You're going to fly into your new city on a flex. Are you getting in? Now, you've had so many different numbers. Are you getting into your city, depending on the team, and being like, I want 33. I want 31.
Uh-oh.
No, so for me, it's going to be anything in the 30s. So that's
okay.
kind of
All the 30s are
30.
taken.
Yeah,
all the 30s are taken. Are you going to flex?
Somebody with less time than me will not have that jersey on their back end.
What are you going to buy them, though? What are you going to get them?
Hey, they ask and they'll get it. So we'll just figure it out. Yeah. So for me, I think I've had I've been on different teams where there's only Minnesota. I had 31. I had 31 in St. Louis, but after that, I've just bounced around in the 30s. So anything in the 30s will go to would be nice. If I go back to Texas and 35 is available again, maybe I'll jump back into that. So it's kind of fun to have known what jersey number you were in what city, and then just like that's what you were there. So if I go to a city I've never been to, it's whatever they have available in the 30s, and I'm gonna hop into it, and I'm gonna go pitch.
Kratz, you about to join the Rangers because Jonah Heim got a little hurt and grabbed 35 for like 3 days, so you can get a little Rolex out of it?
I'm gonna get some college funds for my kid. Lance will be sending my kids to college. Appreciate you, Lance.
Nothing wrong with it.
Good stuff. Hey,
yeah, I mean,
Lance,
I saw Lackey buy a Babe Ruth something for Pat Neshek back in the day. I was like, what is going on? So I've seen some weird buys, that's for sure. And then I've seen some guys who just straight up take it.
Give them nothing.
So don't get a damn thing.
Yeah, it's mine now. Hey, Lance, awesome to have you. During these times, obviously, I think fans really appreciate the insight. I mean, you guys tell me,
No
Kratzy,
doubt.
like fans ask us all the time. It's cool. Like that's why we're doing this show, for fans and for us, obviously, to be able to have players talk to you about like what life's like right now, but also like it's baseball. It's fun. Like this is not, somebody going through some crazy medical situation. Like everyone's going to be fine. You're going to have a great rest of the season with another ball club.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. When I was growing up and you watch TV or whatever, and you're like, hey, this guy got traded. You're like, oh, good for him. He gets to go on another team or something like that. Now you're grown up. You're like, damn, he's got 4 kids. He's got to pack up everything.
He's real. He's keeping it real.
It's real. It's real. Hell yeah. Hey, Kratzy, tell him, what's your number? How many?
How many teams?
How many moves?
Teams,
How many
14
moves?
organizations. You know who's going to get the biggest gift? Your wife.
Yeah.
She's getting a huge
100%.
gift.
Yeah, that's what the off season's for, and trips. That's for darn sure.
Hell yeah. No, that's why. Hey, Kratzy's on this show because he moved 96 times.
94?
96? Kratz? Help me
94
out.
moves of
94.
a month or more.
You got me. Of a month or more.
Ooh-wee.
Okay. He's our moving specialist. He's our trade deadline specialist during this time of year. So
He can box shit up with the best of them.
Hell yeah.
My wife can. Well, behind the dish, I could box stuff up too. You know that.
Box up those wine bottles too.
Bow, like you on opening day.
Yeah, get that frying pan out of there.
Hell yeah. Lance, appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you very soon.
All right, see y'all.
All
Good
right.
luck.
Cheers. Lance Lynn with us on FT Live. Really great stuff there from Lance, going over the whole deal right now.